We're joined by senior baseball captains Kyle Nagel, Dan Brown, and John Doms. We just completed the second practice of our indoor season. Guys, just kind of talk about how things are going so far after 2 days. We had an early morning practice today, kind of a quick turnaround. Talk about how things went today and how they've gone so far through 2 days.
Well, I think after the first day we brought a lot of intensity, and coming back with a quick turnaround for the second day, I thought the guys showed up to play again and were pretty well prepared for the day. It's pretty exciting. Everyone seems really excited. Everyone's really motivated. Even the young guys, they've been doing a really good job learning the ropes really quickly and trying to keep up with us. So it's definitely been a good first couple days.
There's a lot to learn for the young guys. So it's good to see everyone, like Kyle said, motivated, focused, and locked in. Even in the early practices, it can be kind of a shock to the system right away. But this is definitely one of the most motivated groups that I've seen thus far in my 4 years. So it's really encouraging. We have some big roster spots to fill. Obviously, there's always questions right at the beginning of the season, and there's a lot of intensity. Everyone wants a spot, which is great. That's what you need. You need the depth for everyone to be fighting for that spot in order to succeed. And see a lot of good things so far. I know it's early, but it's promising for sure.
Yeah, I'll kind of piece together what Dan and Kyle both said. There's been a lot of intensity, focus, and motivation. I think that's good, especially for the young guys who are new to this. And like we practiced yesterday, and then coming back in early this morning, it's definitely tough to do for the first time. But the intensity's there, and that's great, and that's what the coaches are looking for. The fundamentals, those will come with time. Right now, things are a little shaky, but obviously, with practice, we'll get better at those things. But I think everyone's definitely ready to go, and everyone's excited for this season. We can't wait to get it underway.
Right. And speaking of young guys, always have some, seemingly a large freshman group, a good freshman group coming in every year to compete for spots. One of you guys maybe speak to how these freshmen are fitting in, maybe on or in practice and out of practice, how they're doing, learning the ropes and learning some of the things of St. Joe's baseball and the way we do things.
Yeah, I think that one of the great things about the culture of baseball in particular, but I'm sure all the sports here at St. Joe's have kind of a similar system, is the older guys, the upperclassmen really take to the fact that they're leaders on the team, not just us three sitting here, but all the guys that have been through what we went through last year, and they really take pride in it, and they take the young guys under their wings, make sure that everything is real quick and fluent and moving smoothly. So it's really a promising thing to see everyone kind of chip in and make sure that there's no people left behind, or if someone doesn't get something, we'll definitely step aside and make sure that they understand it before we just throw them back into the water, tell them to kind of fight for themselves. So it's a great thing all around. I think that the young guys, and it goes both ways, because the younger guys really do want to learn. They're really in there. They're not just messing around. They're a motivated and focused group, and they're all good ball players, so it's great.
Well, I'll throw a question out there to you guys, kind of put you on the spot. Favorite indoor drill that we do here at St. Joe's? It could be a team drill, it could be an individual drill, a hitting drill, fielding, anything.
Wow. Who's got ideas?
Is it because there are so many drills you love, or?
Well, all right, I can tell you my least favorite right off the bat, but I think I've always been a defensive kind of guy. I've always loved the defensive side of the baseball. So we always take balls off the chest, like the bobble drill and the ball off the chest. It's not my favorite, but we do it. And but any defensive work when we're hitting from a fungo, I just love the infield. I love how quick, fast-paced it is.
Yeah.
We really touch on all the elements of the infield, and I love when we get a real solid infield. I think it's a great feeling for everyone. The pitchers feel confident for sure, and the infielders feel great about themselves. It's sort of a thing. You can feel it when there's a good energy in the infield, and it's great. So that's my favorite, I think.
I'd have to say, as a pitcher, I really enjoy doing lead-ups, working on your spots and your grips and things like that. And as an infielder, I really like the infield square, like the pre-game infield square is one of my favorites.
I like the 3-in-1 drill. Sometimes it can be a little rough depending on what you've just gotten out of for a drill and you're running around. But gets to catches a lot of work. All the infielders and pitchers, everyone's running around, yelling, and there's just a lot of communication. It's really intense, and it includes a lot of baseball in it. So I enjoy that.
Good. And now one last question for you guys. Senior year, going through it here last time. Is there a memory that you guys could could pull out that would be your favorite indoor practice memory? Something could be funny, could be, it's probably going to be funny. There are a lot of interesting ones. Anything you guys can think of?
Favorite indoor memory?
Well, you know, it's funny because one of mine, this is the first thing that popped into my head. It dates all the way back to my recruiting visit, actually. So I can't remember who was, I think it was, Coach, do you remember?
Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson was the player, and they were doing an infield drill, and Nick Johnson was at third base, and Luke Edmond was the shortstop at this point. And they were turning a double play, and Edmond got it, faked the throw to first. He did a strong arm fake, turned around and fired the ball to third, and Johnson wasn't looking. He was looking this way, hit him square in the chest. And it's just stuck. It's been one of those things where I came in here, you know, as a freshman, and I was like, yeah, that was my recruiting visit, and that's how I met a lot of the guys. They were like, oh, so you got a good touch of it, you know, of our practice right away. And that was one of the funniest things that I've remembered. Usually it's a pretty serious and
Right.
snappy practice, but
But there can be things that just,
there are some
you
things
know,
that you gotta just, yeah.
pretty funny
you gotta
stuff.
love, so.
I would have to say my favorite memory occurs once a year, and it's the practice indoors right before we go to Florida. Because everyone, by that point, I mean, indoors we maximize what we do inside, but there's only so much you can do inside. So having that last practice inside, there's just a buzz in the gym, and everyone is just ready to go to Florida and ready to play. So once a year that happens, and I like that practice a lot.
Awesome.
I can't think of one.
You have no good memories?
I really can't. I'm sure if you gave me more time, I could.
Pizza and
Kind of-
coach's office.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Mason last year always announcing that there was food for us to eat in coach's office after practice, and it's a little crap like that. But I don't know. I'll have to get back to you. You should have asked us.
I got a
before.
handful, man.
Do you want to share some? Because
Mullen hit me in back-to-back
yeah, I guess that.
Live.
back-to-back live appearances. That was pretty sweet. And then Dion hit me that same day, so that one sticks out too. That was a rough practice.
I guess I do. I will miss catchers coming up to hit live against Dion and telling the other catcher, you know, what he was throwing for a pitch, stuff like that. You know, that stuff I'll miss. But
That's an everyday occurrence, though.
yeah,
So.
Now we're going to miss those things. Well,
Sorry.
guys, thanks so much for your time and leading the way through 2 solid practices thus far. Keep it up. Good luck the rest of the way and heading down to Florida in about 5 weeks.
thanks,
Thanks a
Coach.
lot.
Thanks, guys.